I'm going to teach you guys how to remain in peace when toxic people enter into your life or you interact with toxic people. What you have to understand with toxic people is they go around spewing venom. They project their life, which is toxic, which is darkness, which is sinful, which is evil, whoever it is, depending on their life and their situation in life. This is what they do. They project their life, their emptiness, their loneliness, their craziness, their obsessiveness, their addictions, whatever it may be, their selfishness, their vainness. And what you have to realize is if they are in your life as a friend, as a partner, as a coworker, whoever it may be that you have to interact with, a family member, even a best friend, if you are interacting with them, their toxic poison is rubbing off them onto you. Buddy, stop. It's rubbing off to you if you allow it to affect you. So, for example, if you're a cashier and you have an angry customer that comes up to you and they're like furious, how could you not return this? Oh, because you're past the 30 days and you're being professional, you're being respectful, but they're having a bad day or they're just a toxic person and they want to spew their venom onto you and ruin your day. If you allow that to happen and you allow them to make you angry from their anger and you allow their anger to transfer to you, one, you are now substituting God's peace for the enemy's anger. That is a stupid and foolish move as a child of God. Not even as a child of God, as anybody that wants to remain in peace, you have to have self-control. That's why God says, be angry and sin not. You can be angry. You can get upset. Jesus flipped table because people at a church place of worship were making money. Okay? You can be angry, but you can't sin in your anger. You can't seek revenge and want to beat someone up. You can't curse someone out. You can't explode and punch things and smash things. That is not what you're supposed to do. If you can, through strong faith and trusting in God's word that says vengeance is his, he will repay, give it to him. Do not let your wrath come out. Then if you can hold to that, that allows you to stay in God's peace. You rest in God's peace, knowing this is not my battle. This is the manager's battle. The manager is God. The manager is the person you work for as a cashier. And you say, hold on a second. I'm going to keep my peace. I did the best I could with you. You're reacting in a way that is conflict. So because we can't come to an agreement, I'm going to get my manager and they're going to talk to you and we're going to come to a solution for you that hopefully will make everyone happy and calm you down. So with that being said, it's the same situation as a manager. The manager has the manager position for a reason. They're not an employee, they're not a cashier, they're a manager because they know how to handle situations like that. They know how to diffuse problems, just like a bouncer knows how to diffuse a situation. They're not hired to fight everybody that has a problem at the bar. That's worst case scenario. If they have to lay hands, they lay hands to keep the place safe and protected. But their main job is to diffuse the situation so no fight happens at all. No hands have to be laid on anybody because then there's lawsuits and dangerous situations and harm and all sorts of stuff. So what you have to understand is this manager knows their job. God knows his job. He knows how to take over and take care of your situation. If anybody comes against a child of God, I fear for you because God has our back and he's coming for you and judgment is coming to your life. So if someone messes you over by not paying you what they owe you, in that moment, you're going to be mad. You're going to be so hateful toward that person. That's your initial reaction. That's what the enemy wants. He wants hatred. He wants poison. He wants division. He wants violence. He wants revenge seeking. All sinful things that come and stem from anger. What comes from peace? Love, forgiveness, protection, grace, mercy. See? You see the difference there? Which one do you want to move in? You want to move in anger and hatred or love and forgiveness? See, Jesus said to love our neighbor as ourselves. He didn't say, but if they do this to you, then forget it. It doesn't apply. He said, love your neighbor as yourself. Period. So that is our goal, no matter who comes against us, how they come against us. Trust me, I've lent $7,000 to someone and never saw it again. And God said, you got to let it go. I'm going to bring it back to you in another way. And he has. So I'm not speaking just happy thoughts. I've been here, done that. I've experienced it. And when you deal with toxic people like that, they have a hold over your life. It's like a hook. They hooked onto you. And now everywhere they go, you go. Not literally, but spiritually. And every problem, situation you have, they're hooked to you. And in order to get rid of them, you have to cut that string that has that hook attached to you. And then you're free from them. You may not get what you want, what you're supposed to get, but you get freedom. You get peace. You get God's presence back. You get a clear mind. You're no longer stressing and worrying and in fear and confusion and doubt and anxiety and anger. You're not in that. But when you're hooked to them, you were in that. Because that's what they brought into your life. Because they brought problems. They brought drama. Because they're toxic. They feed off of that. They love a reaction just like a bully. Hits you, you don't react, it's boring. He's going to be so bored and be like, okay, I got to find someone who's going to react. You react, ow, that hurt. Haha, I found your weakness. Now I'm going to keep hitting you. Ow, stop. And then the bully's going to be like, I love this. This makes me so happy. You don't want that reaction. Don't give them a reaction. Reply with love, reply with forgiveness, and rest in God's peace. So that manager will take care of that customer for you. Now you go back to serving another customer that doesn't have a problem, and you keep and remain your peace for the rest of the day. But if you don't go to your manager and you say, oh, I'm tough, I can take them on myself, and oh, this person wants to come at me this way, oh, they're going to learn their lesson today, and you go and you attack them back, guess what? Not only does it look bad on you, looks bad on the company, it looks bad to the customer because the customer is supposed to always be right. I know this, and I'm not even in that kind of business. And it looks bad to God if you're a child of God, because you're not doing as God's word says. You're not doing as God commands. You're not doing as God protects. You're not giving it to God. So what you have to understand is if you allow it to affect you and make you mad, now you're mad the rest of the day. Their poison, it's like they hand you a cup of poison and say, here, if you want to get mad with me, drink this and we'll be mad together. And it will be great. And you'll be mad the rest of your life. And I'll go back to my life. And you don't even know who I am. And I'm going to go back to my home. But guess what? You're going to go back to your house. And you're going to create problems in your house. Because it's going to stem from this poison that you just took and drank of. Because I brought this toxicness into your life. And that's what you don't realize happens. Spiritually, that's what happens. Physically, you see someone attacking you, you have to defend. Automatically, that's what you think. But God's word says, vengeance is his. He will repay, saith the Lord. So you don't have to defend. You have to show love. You have to show forgiveness. You have to ignore, avoid, deflect. And then you rest and stay in God's peace. But if you allow them to affect you, someone cuts you off on the road, flip them off. That's the first thing you think of. Yelling out the window. Some people get in road rage and they chase the person down with a gun and threaten to kill them just because they cut them off. That's the kind of poison that they took from that person. And that's the kind of life that changed their life in that situation, because they allowed it to affect them so much that now they've taken that person's poison. They've taken a part of that person's life, which is toxic, into their own. And now they're living it out that day until until they sober up, basically, and it disappears. And they're back to their normal self again. But while you're angry, the enemy is using you like a vessel and making you do all sinful things, attacking this person, and having it spread like wildfire into other people. Oh, you're angry. You should go to this person and yell at them so then you can ruin their day. And then I want you to go yell at this person. And that's what he does. Don't allow him to do that. Stay in rest. God's rest, God's peace. Listen to worship music. Let it calm you down and bring peace to you. Instrumental music, whatever it may be. I have a song about releasing your anger on my YouTube channel. Go check it out. God bless.